Welcome back to STF APA. No, that's as many letters as I got. Sorry.
Welcome back to STF
APA DA.
I'm not going to lie. For a second, I thought you were going to say, welcome back to Living Left Life. I was like, nope, no, that's the wrong one.
That's not this show, Emily.
It's a different show
That's
entirely.
not this show.
What's up, strange table fellows?
What's up? What's up?
There we go.
What's up? Let's get it in there.
Oh,
Yeah.
hi.
Yeah.
Oh, hi.
I guess this will be the second episode out officially under that, but we didn't talk about it in the previous episode because we hadn't done it yet because time is nebulous.
It is.
Well, we're recording
which is from
before
our
the
other show.
announcement, but it's going to be released after the announcement. So, how do
feel
you guys think
nervous.
it went?
I feel nervous about saying it.
I feel like it was incredibly well received.
It was.
Yeah, of course it was. It's like everybody loves it.
Absolutely. Yes.
There's no trepidation about it at all. Everybody's excited about all the content for 2023, and everything's great. Everything is gravy.
Yep, there's a lot of high energy in there. It's great.
It was. Yes. This is making my hand sweat.
Just manifesting this into reality, the positivity, you know.
Also, man, that new website that I've totally already seen, God, it's awesome.
It's so
It is
good.
awesome.
It is
awesome.
actually. It's really
haven't,
fucking nice.
I've yet to see it.
Yes, you have. At this point, you will have seen
Yeah,
it when this comes out.
Yeah. Well, yeah. When you guys are hearing me say this, but as I'm saying it.
This is trippy as fuck, y'all.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's, what is it? The STF Network.com?
Yep.
Yes.
Nice.
I think is it the STF Network?
It is the.
The STF
Yeah,
Network.
like we tried to get STF Network.
We tried to
but,
buy
like,
it from.
I tried to call these people that have it. Like it redirects to something completely unrelated. STF is nowhere in it. It's like some I don't know, like branding company, but like it's I think it's like a dead company. But
An e-commerce solution company.
Right. And I tried everything. I sent them emails. I sent them through their contact form. I called them. I left like probably 5 voicemails. Be like, hey, we want to get this domain, and just nothing.
No, they're just holding out till we actually really fucking make it. Then they can set their own price.
Well,
That's what it is.
once we really make it, then the STFnetwork.com is fine.
Yeah.
We've already made it.
It's like the dude that bought up all the names that the Washington at the time Redskins when they were changing their name, they bought up every name that they could possibly want so they could make millions of dollars off of it, which is why they went with the Commanders.
Yeah. So I didn't think of that one,
And,
did
well,
you?
and the guy had it really well thought out. He had to have a legal reason to have the patents on those names. So he had not a disc golf, a flag football team, like a recreational flag football team. And he's like, I bought all these names for my flag football team.
Smart.
Wow.
Got to be prepared for when my
we
flag
should've
football
grand
makes
moves
it
over
big.
here.
We should have called that guy and helped us out.
What are we doing?
Did you want to be the Washington Redhawks podcast?
No, but I wanted his expertise in domain.
What if we did? All right, everybody, we're now the Washington Redhawks
What
podcast.
a fucking pivot.
Yeah, we want to get away from geographical exclusivity.
So we went
so we-
specifically with the Washington
Very
Redhawks.
specific in the opposite end.
Washington is a name, too.
right.
Yeah,
It's our name.
we're
You
making
didn't
it.
even try with that one, Emily.
I gave up. I feel like I've been doing that a lot lately. Like I just kind of stopped. Like no, you know what I haven't given up on though?
What?
This Ace pumpkin cider.
That stuff is fine. I love it.
Is it good?
It's
Yeah.
yummy.
It's still like an apple cider, but it tastes like fall.
I'm drinking a holiday brew as well, although it's Christmas. It's Red Nose Rain Beer.
That's cute.
I'm sorry.
And it's a fruited wheat beer, cranberry, cinnamon, and brown sugar. I can't taste any of those things other than a hint of cranberry in it, but it's pretty good. It's a nice drinky beer.
That's interesting. Of all the things to taste hints of out of that list, that the cranberry wouldn't have been the one.
Yeah, it's not a stout or an amber, so it doesn't really like.
There's your first
hold
mistake.
the right. Like cinnamon and brown sugar, you expect to taste those things in a stout, maybe, but I don't know. It's all right.
Yeah, I've got
I'll allow it, but it's
Sierra.
also it's still November, so just saying.
I'm drinking a Sierra Nevada hazy little thing IPA.
Oh.
But I got the tall boy can.
Yeah, that's
19 ounce for like $2.
whenever I walk down to the bayou, there's like a little mini grocery store at the end of it. So I'll walk down there with whatever drink I fix myself, and then I get a drink for the way back. And that is often one of the things I get is the tall boy for the walk, because it's it's a good 20-minute walk.
I'm drinking it out of a stein though, so there is that.
You're so fancy, Adam. I have a question. When you say the bayou, what do you mean?
There's a little bayou that runs right through Mid City, which is our part of town. It's a small,
Is that where we took pictures, John?
No.
That's like a little park.
That was City Park.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, but that is the bayou
That
feeds
is,
into City Park.
That's the same body of water. Yeah, it does run through it. Yeah.
It feeds into City Park, but it's like it's like a small river, but it is a bayou, because it's swampy, but it's not like what you might be envisioning as like the Louisiana Bayou. You know what I mean? Like it's like a little strip that's really nice. People kind of float down it, kayak. It's not even a mile long.
Okay.
It's just a little neighborhood body of water.
A festive little puddle, as it were.
It is. They actually have a festival there called Bayou.
Little puddle.
Called Bayou Boogaloo.
Boom.
Yep.
Well, I'm drinking a Blue Raspberry Rogue Energy because I took a nap after driving home today. Out of an LA Angels cup that I don't know where Josh got this LA Angels
I
cup
actually
from.
got that at a Los Angeles Angels game.
Nice.
Wow.
Okay.
Nice.
that makes sense.
Nice.
That's like the baseball team that I've been to the most events. I've been to like probably 8 or 10 Angels games.
That's so interesting.
Really?
I lived
Yeah,
in
he
LA.
lived in California for a little while.
Forget
Yeah.
about
In
that.
high school.
I don't know if I knew that.
You didn't know that?
Huh.
I don't think I knew that you lived in LA.
Yeah, when I was 15, my
No wonder you're such a fucking prick.
You smug prick.
not really. I mean, if you think about it, like the West is nice but not kind, whereas the East is kind but not nice.
What's crazy is I remember when Heath got back and he told me this story, and I still tell people this story. Well, I was like, yeah, my friend lived in LA for a while, and it's when you were in high school, right? And
Yeah.
I still remember you telling me that when you got back, that someone in your class asked if we wore shoes in Mississippi.
It was a very foundational thing for me as far as the perception of the South, because like I did stick out like a sore thumb. I mean, I was from South Mississippi and showed up, wearing like work boots and stuff.
Shoes?
Actual shoes.
Yeah, heavy duty shoes. But I literally had someone, whilst wearing shoes in my algebra class, ask me, like, because obviously I would have people constantly just be like I was the new kid, and they're like, "Oh, well, where are you from?" And I'd be like, I have to say it, Mississippi, not Mississippi. Like I had to like make myself do it, and they'd be like, "Oh," and this one girl. Adorable girl, sweet, but so earnest. Just like, oh, do you have houses? And I was like, do I said like homes, like dwellings, like abodes? And she was like, yeah. And I was like, of course we have houses. She was like, well, do you guys wear shoes? And I was like, and I literally like looked at her and like looked at my feet. I was like, I am currently wearing shoes.
No, we just.
I didn't buy them when I got here.
They require you to put shoes on when you get to the airport, when you fly out of the state. It's a process,
Yeah, it's really stuck with me forever. Like
it stuck with me too. Like it's that was 15 years ago that you told me that, and it's still stuck with me.
It's really one of my my great regrets in a way. Like I wish I had been a little older when I lived there, because I would have had more fun. Like I wasn't old enough that I could like drive myself around and stuff like that. And it took a long time to make friends, even though like I went from a high school where my graduating class was 89 people. And I went to that school where my high school had 5,000 students.
Wow.
So it was it was a culture shock to the extreme.
Yeah.
So it took a really long time for me to make friends that were more than just like acquaintances that I had in class. And I was only there for a year, so I really didn't have many close friends. So it was tough. That was the closest I ever got to an emo phase, you know?
Damn, we were this close to greatness, dude.
I got really into Nine Inch Nails, you know?
See, my emo phase was in Malaysia, which is kind of an odd thing, you know. But I feel in the culture shock, it's a completely different thing. But just being wholly out of your element. The only thing that saved me with my experience, though, was that I wasn't the only person that was, like, everybody was a transplant. There were no locals at my school, or very few. So everybody was kind of an outcast in a sense, or out of their element.
Speaking of
being
transition that.
Yeah, speaking
out of your element.
Or being out of your element, there's a whole species of Bantrids who don't really know where they came from and are trying to find their element.
Do they wear shoes, though, Adam?
They don't. And they don't have houses either.
In fact,
do they have any
live in
type
these
of
weird spiral towers that
So
they
just
don't know.
like Mississippi.
Right.
so no football wear, no like football, no socks, no little cups to like keep them little
Now
walls warm.
they might get them like tattooed or like painted in, to have some flair, but no, they if you remember, the shoes that you found in the other tower was to like lock them in place and drive them insane because they have to always be moving. It's like part of their physiology. So no shoes. They stay rolling. They be rolling.
I was thinking something like a debrand skin for a phone or something, but for their foots.
Bro, I'm so tired of that song because like I'm riding around on a foot elevation scooter at work and every teacher at my school thinks it's funny when I roll by. They're like, "She be rolling," and now the kids have started doing it. I'm like, none of you are original or funny. Shut the fuck up.
damn.
I am the funniest person at that school. Like, get the fuck out of here.
You've become so much more cynical since starting your education career, dude.
Mm-hmm.
Fucking
I love it. Let's play Starfinder. I had a decent transition, and I'm talking over it. Okay. We're in. We're going in because we're doing it. At the end of last episode, you guys were greeted by Uso, who I have up on the screen for you guys to visualize. And I do have a little picture of him. It's weird. The one that they showed is a very specific place on Hib. Heath, you'll probably appreciate that. If you look closely, that's actually a racetrack. And so like all those little pods that are coming out of, the mountains are looking over a racetrack that Bantrids be rolling.
It's
like a foot race for them.
Yeah.
Uniracers, old Super Nintendo game. I don't know if you guys played it, but that's all I can think.
Yeah,
dude. Of course, they have a strong racing culture, right? Like,
yeah, absolutely. They have to move.
They're straight ballers.
The question is for Mike, as far as that is concerned, is do they have a strong gambling culture around racing? That's what I want to know.
They do actually, but we're not here for that at the
moment.
Let me
ask you this.
You speak for yourself.
It's my last question. If you play a Bantrid PC, are you penalized for not moving every round?
Let's find out. Because that's a great question. Let's see.
Because if not, I feel like my immersion is absolutely ruined. I just really.
They do get a +2 bonus to AC against any trip maneuvers. And they can stand up from prone as a swift action.
Makes sense.
They get a +2 bonus to acrobatics checks because they're daredevils, apparently.
Huh. Okay.
And they have a base land speed of 40 feet instead of 30.
Naturally.
I love John's commentary.
Yep. These make sense except for that other one, the acrobatics.
Daredevil?
Yeah. Daredevil.
Yeah, no.
I think standing up from prone as a swift action doesn't make any sense, man.
Why not? They're those little punchy things you have.
They just roll up.
They just bounce back up. They
don't
can't
fall
help
down.
it, you know?
Yeah.
No, I feel like also if you knock them over to a point where the ball is not making contact anymore, then I feel like they're fucked. Yeah, they're like turtles.
So there's not like a species ability that talks about, that penalizes you, but in the description of them, it does say that, Bantrids revolve around motion, and a Bantrid who isn't moving starts to feel an overwhelming dread akin to claustrophobia. And if it lasts too long, the Bantrid will simply leave wherever they are at the moment, despite any social consequences. Basically.
And just
and a restrained Bantrid will keen wildly and hyperventilate, usually passing out. So,
That's just going to exacerbate the problem.
No, imagine that with space travel, though, like being strapped into a seat.
That's what I'm saying. Like, there probably aren't too many Bantrid, like, career pilots or anything.
They have...
You just use the treadmill.
Yeah, exactly.
As the way to function it,
True.
Yeah.
And they have, like, a harness strapped around their upper area.
Their entire society and technological advancement is just treadmills all the way down.
Everything's a treadmill.
We're top tier treadmill tech. But anyway, so you got Uso standing in front of you, who is currently rolling around in a circle, greeting you. Had a sign that said, was waiting for the APA as you guys came off the transport tube. And if you remember on that shuttle, you were overhearing these grievances about how hot all of this heat wave that has started in the last week for who knows what possible reason. Yeah, no reason. But yeah, and so they greet you, and that's the last thing they said. Hello, and did the whole thing. So what do you guys want to do? How do you want to respond?
Hi.
Hello.
Sorry, I was looking over my notes. Yes, hello. We are the Apollo Protection Agency. I am Ziva. I forgot that I don't really call myself madam anymore. Sorry. Hi. How are you?
Oh, you don't? That is good to know.
That's Emily laughing. Ziva's a better diplomat than that.
Fel looks at him and said, come again?
Well, of course, I've done research on all of you, and I did not know that she did not like to be called madam, but now I know, and that is good information. I am Uso. Ziva, it is a pleasure to meet you, and all the rest of you. All the rest of you.
Hey, guys, can we get a little quick sidebar?
We can all speak in minds.
Oh, yeah. So sidebar, in brain,
right.
in minds.
Brain.
Guys, are we in a musical?
No, was it Miss Knott, I think, told us that he is a...
They.
Thank you. They have a penchant for singing periodically.
Yeah. Okay. Now that you say that, I remember, but like...
Just what I needed.
Still caught me off guard. Yeah, Warren, you're going to love this, I'm sure.
Let's just focus on the big picture. Let's not so much focus on the Bantrid picture, or this particular Bantrid.
Are you going to hit him with the long introduction?
No, because Emily hasn't rewritten it since I've become a counselor.
Okay, together then.
Okay, all right, take me back.
To what?
To Paradise City.
To Bantrid City.
Where the grass is green.
And the girls are
and
pretty.
the Bantrids are pretty.
Yeah.
He is a part of the Republic of Hib.
No, he's Abadar Corp.
Abadar,
You're
yes.
here under Abadar Corp
This is not okay.
authority. Right. Get it together.
Shit, y'all.
You're the captain.
God damn it. You're right. Yes, we were, sent here by Miss Knott. We wanted to get a sense of the situation. How is everything going, Hib side?
But there is quite a bit happening here, as I'm sure that you've been debriefed on. perhaps we could begin our journey to the tower. There's lots of things to discuss, lots of things to talk, lots of things to muss.
It is a musical.
I hate it here.
I hate it here.
So yes, and again, I just want to greet all of you properly. I am a diplomat after all, so you must be Mike. Do you still go by Titanium Mark? Or
Yes, and
just Mike?
exactly like the way you said it. Yes. Yeah, I'm Titanium Mike. It's an absolute pleasure to make your acquaintance, especially with Oren here.
Right. So you're Oren then?
Yep.
That's excellent.
I like that Mike is just like gesticulating, just moving to every little phrasing of his singing, you know.
So yes, I'm a bit nervous about this whole thing. So don't mind my melodies. That's just how I like to speak when things are crazy.
There's nothing to mind. They're lovely, and we are entranced.
It's
Right,
really,
right.
You got a
really
great singing
pleasant.
voice.
Well, I appreciate it. It's difficult to sing when you have nothing but a 2-centimeter hole for a mouth, but I...
It's fucking weird.
Excuse you.
That was Emily, not
Oh,
Ziva.
okay. Yes, but please, we must be off. It's a good 30-minute to an hour, depending on traffic, journey from here to the base of the tower. And I just kind of want to get to know you a bit better. If you don't mind, I have some questions for you.
Adam, I'm gonna pause for a second.
Okay.
Are you this character? Are they written in as sing-songy like that?
Yes.
Awesome.
Okay, so this is basically a troll on whoever's GMing this.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
which
that would
Totally.
I love that is a part of it.
And this is not something that's typical of all Bantrids. This is a very specific personality quirk for Uso.
Okay.
I think on their journey together, like Mike very quickly is like, could I get like your contact information? Look, I've been toying around with this idea. If I ever stop this adventuring thing, maybe I'll open up my own professional fight circuit, and you would be a phenomenal ring announcer.
Well, I've got quite an important job here, but I appreciate the what is those things called? Compliments!
Oh, God, no.
All right, let's go.
I hate this
we'll
so
keep
happy.
this show on the road.
Yeah, no, we're going. So listen, and so you guys get in a travel vehicle, some sort of vehicle, and start heading
A
towards
Nissan Armada.
Nissan Armada.
If they only wish. No, it's like a smart car.
There aren't wheels, though. It's on roller balls.
Well, it's like Flintstone driven.
Yeah, you pop your Bantrids into the
There's like a hole that
Yeah.
they just kind of like pop in and.
The car is just a formality, really.
Right,
It serves no practical
It's
function.
for our comfort, you know.
So you're in the vehicle on your way to this to the Starward Vault Tower, and Uso starts asking some questions. And so the first thing that they say is, well, I've of course heard all sorts of wonderful things about the Apollo Protection Agency. I would like to hear it all directly from you. So tell me about the APA. What is your mission? Your goals now that you have grown to such impressive height?
Phil gets an email from Mike. He's like, I got that recorded for the next APA commercial.
Oh, no.
Phil just glances over at Mike and gives him a nod and a wink.
Yep. So, in all seriousness, I mean, the operative word is protection, right? We find,
protection.
Good causes and people that...
Protection.
Yep.
Protection.
Snaps.
Indeed. Yeah, snapped. We all just start in unison, except Darn.
We're about to go rumble.
Orin is just like zoned. He's staring out the window of the Flintstones car at this point. He's
The
just
only song Orin
tuned
hears
out.
in his mind is like, all
Song
around
of the
me are
Cosmos, yeah.
familiar.
A single tear rolls down his cheek.
what have I done to
Ebra
deserve
should've
this
let me
cursed
die.
For
existence?
why?
You should have let me die. Out of all the things you've experienced, this is the worst.
Ebra, take the wheel.
Take the wheel.
No, so they have asked you to kind of tell them about the APA.
I mean, I think we would certainly tell them sort of maybe
I want you to tell them in character. This is you. This is kind of an encounter that's happening here.
Okay.
Do you want me to re-ask the question?
Yeah, please.
Tell me about the APA. What is your mission, your goals, now that you've grown to such impressive heights?
Well, the organization, the Apollo Protection Agency, is still, of course, doing its job. As Mikhail said earlier, we are about protecting people, but each of us individually have slightly different goals. Now that we have made our way in the universe, so to say, I myself am now a council person for the on Absalom Station, and hopefully will eventually become one for the Pact Worlds. So once the Bantrids secure their place in the Pact Worlds, vote for Ziva. And she would kind of like laugh a little, like, that's almost a joke. Ha 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 ha. Yes, as I said, everyone has a little bit something going on. Mikhail?
Yeah, well, I mean, I started the Apollo Protection Agency years ago because people, needed protecting, and I wanted a new purpose in my life. So I still very much think that the APA, while it has grown, is here to help those in need. In particular, we still do a lot of work trying to help out androids who still don't get, their fair shake in a lot of parts of the universe. Still kind of viewed as second-class citizens in many ways.
Yes, I read about that, and I find that to be most interesting and most compassionate and most pleasing to my ears. That is wonderful. I'm hoping that you would keep some of the same considerations for the Bantrids as we explore the foundations of our very existence. Ziva, the Pools of Paradise. Does this business still partner with the APA and the Abolitionist Front, the Android Abolitionist Front? How do you manage to oversee the business of the pools while you're out saving the galaxy every day?
Well, it all comes down to who you work with. And we have been blessed at the pools and within the APA to have amazing support staff. We have one of my great friends, Uli. She is essentially the general manager of the pools.
This is the woman that you call the mother.
While he's in his mother refrain, Orin telepathically says, "How do you strangle a Bantrid?"
You plug up his 2 centimeter wide face hole.
No, leave him alone.
Duly noted.
Yes. And Ziva's kind of shakes her head to try and clear that conversation and not laugh out loud. She says, yes, Uli, she's the little mother. She's always
the
taken
little
care.
mother. Why is she called the little mother?
Oh, she's rather small, especially compared to...
I too am rather small.
It's a very endearing quality. Also, makes her much quicker than some of my other employees. So she's a very, she's nimble. But yeah, she takes great care of the pools, and as I said, we are blessed to have her. She's very compassionate and very, but very clear-headed. Always keeps everyone in line, but looks out for all of those who need assistance. It's one of the reasons we get along so well.
And thorough.
And thorough.
And thorough. Yeah.
She's a good Ikeshti.
So I read that early on in your careers that you had some brushes with the AZAL. Nope, I spelled that
You
wrong.
spelled that wrong.
The Hazel?
The Azal?
Yes.
With the Azalanti.
The Azalanti?
Yes. I read that you had some brushes with the Azalanti, and that must have been quite the intimidating encounter. How was that?
Mike spits as soon as he hears the word Aslanti.
Oh dear.
Yeah.
You've spit in my car.
Out the window. Surely there's a window.
Oh yes, let me roll that down for you.
Right. Dribble all over the window.
Yeah.
Fuck the Aslanti. I'll clean your window later.
So yes, what was that all about? There's not a whole lot in the public papers, and if I'm asking too much, I understand, but I wanna know.
Quick question. Just everything that we've heard about Uso is that they are on the level that they're set. They're good, right?
Yes, that
Emily
they're
is
just,
not a trusting person. So.
Yeah, no. What you know about Uso is that they are extremely concerned about anything that might come out from these towers that would be exploited by people who do not have the Bantrid's best interest at heart. So if, I think you can, roll a sense motive, but I don't think you can roll below a 30, right?
Oh, no.
Right. So you start to realize that these questions that seem to be casual traveling questions are actually somewhat of a vetting process, and that they are really trying to understand who they're entrusting whatever you might find in the base of, in the underground portions of this tower. It's a big deal to them.
Yeah.
And they are want to be very thorough about who they're sending down there, and you certainly get the sense that they're very nervous because they don't want to offend you, but they also want some information from you.
Yeah. Having kind of settled down into the space and listen to Uso kind of sing and ask more and get sort of a little more grounded in this individual. Ziva would say, yes, with the Aslanti, it was difficult in many aspects, but they were attempting to unleash a terrible force onto the universe, and we were lucky enough to find ourselves in a way that we could intercede and keep people safe, protect people. It is it is our base instinct, and we are. And she kind of looks around the car at the rest of the team. And that is all we have ever wanted to do. As you say, we have risen up. That is just a perk. The necessity is to take care of people and to make sure that things are as they should be. and that people are taken care of.
So I might have a bit of a sensitive follow-up question to that information. What happened at New Elysium? And were you protecting the people there?
Well, damn, just kick me in the balls. Okay.
We tried.
We tried.
There was an attempt.
An attempt was made. They did not survive our attempt.
Are you guys saying all this?
No, this is us being dumb.
I mean, I would have said we tried, you know?
Yes, forgive me. I know that this must be devastating to talk about, and I typically wouldn't ask for you to talk about your trauma. And I hate even singing about it because it feels like I don't take it seriously, but I really do. What happened?
How to sum up? Jesus.
A mad scientist tried to unleash a signal that drove everyone mad, preyed on their fears. We had to stop her.
And did you?
Clearly. Or none of us would be here.
You're still here, right? We're all here.
You're welcome, by the way.
Okay, just as it is reported, you were the only ones to survive a massacre at a resort, and I'm very nervous now. I'm not trying to offend, but I am worried that
of us.
Yes, maybe a little bit.
So you got nothing to worry about with us. I know me telling you that probably is no reassurance at all. But
that is what somebody who I should be worried about would say.
Look, so much more that we really can't get into detail about happened. It wasn't just a resort. It was so much bigger than that.
Yes, what was the name of that company?
Eclipse.
Oh, right, that's the one, yes.
Facebook.
Meta.
I will say this, that they were very heavily trying to get their claws into the Bantrids, and after whatever happened, you took them out, or at least stalled them, and they pulled away. So, for that, I fucking thank you.
You're welcome.
So, look, mate. First thing, we're the good guys, and we take down the bad guys. It's as simple as that. These people were some real bad guys, and it was, as said, much bigger than just the resort. They were trying to unleash this signal on the whole known galaxy, turn everybody into mindless pain creatures.
Before that, they'd have done it to my family, both my parents. Like, we're not the bad guys. And then in the mind link, I gotta stop saying that.
Listen, I do believe you. I again apologize for even having to ask, but this is huge for my people. And nobody has seen what you are about to discover. I have one final question. If you will indulge my questions of curiosity, what are your thoughts about the Bantrids and Avadar Corp Hibs goals?
Is this just like a broad question? Like they're just kind of...
It's as broad or specific as you want it to be.
Thoughts about the Bantrids? They have a right to live like any other species does.
Well, yes, of course. I guess I will be more specific. As you know, Abadar Corp Hib is one of the two major factions. There are others, but there are only two, really. And we are striving to achieve economic independence. And we need to make sure that happens and that no one gets our secrets or technology to exploit us.
So, Ziva would kind of like lean towards them a little bit and say, like, a society must have a good foothold in an economy, especially a galactic society. The species, when you interact with other species, other planets, on this massive scale, what Abadar is attempting to do here in Hib is very important. But I also think that establishing your customs that the other larger faction is attempting is important as well.
Yes, I don't disagree. In fact, it is my hope that one day we will unify and uplift the Bantrids for all the greater good.
Exactly. Because without one, what is the purpose of the other? Yes?
Yes.
We, and she kind of like gestures around at the rest of the crew. We understand the importance of what you're doing here. We understand that desire to be whole as a people. And we want to do everything in our power to assist you and your people in getting to that safe place. So you tell us what you need, and we will do everything that we can to assist you.
Thank you. And you see that Uso, like, visibly calms down. And again, with your sense motive, you can tell that you've, for all intents and purposes, passed this vetting process. And about that time, too, Uso stops rolling, and the car shell stops.
Stop it, no.
Aaron spills his coffee.
God.
Damn.
And you see that there is security fences put up all around the base of the Starward Vault Tower. There are armed Bantrid and human guards outside the entrance to the base entrance to the tower.
Assuming Abadar Corp agents of sorts.
Yes, they all are sporting the triangle key insignia, you know. And so they escort
Fucking
you.
Suckers.
I assume you say that in your head.
Yeah, I'm not
yeah.
saying that shit out loud.
Because like,
It's
you
like
were so
Ziva's
close.
gonna cut you
It was
the
like so
hardest
close, and then
eyes.
Oren shuts
Yeah,
you
he's
down.
like, all right, well, let's turn this thing around.
Right.
We'll see ya.
Yeah, right.
Why'd that sound like Hot Pockets?
Listen. All right, I know what I'm thinking.
So Uso escorts you through all this security. Nobody gives you any trouble, you know. Obviously, Uso has the highest of security clearance here, and they wave you through, and you go down a long, like, elevator ride down to the underground chambers of this tower.
How's Uso doing with an elevator ride?
Just literally rolling in circles around all of you.
That's what I was curious about.
Just sing, like, just whistling the whole time, just like. And like it's this like really positive, like upbeat whistling, even though you see like stress. Yeah. And when you get down from the to the bottom of the elevator, there's this chamber containing a circular sphincter aperture. It doesn't say sphincter in the book, but we all know what it is.
We know what it is.
And that is also cordoned off and guarded by a few automated security drones. Uso clicks a button on like their personal comm unit, and like you see the lights on the security drones go from red to blue, kind of signifying that they're not going to attack you. And then Uso kind of gestures to the door and says, "For 5 years, this was a wall of seamless metal. And a few days ago, this door appeared. And I feel it wants us to go in. It wants us to go in. Wants us to go in." I'm so ready to be done with this NPC.
We're bringing them into the crew, right?
Absolutely.
You are not. I will kill
You're
them.
not. Cutscene death.
Yeah, cutscene. I promise no
Think I
cutscene
won't.
death for this season. but-
Fucking
What if
tempt
we
me.
bring him
Test
in
me.
and I'll
Fucking
agree to
test me.
play him?
Uso's foot orb hums as they spin excitedly in place. "I've done everything I can to protect our people from outside influences. I've lobbied and overseen corporate deals. I've tried my best to advocate for the community. But my efforts are humble, but are part of a greater process. So far, we've managed to prosper while maintaining our independence. I have high hopes for the future. But this..." Uso recoils from the door and spins into circles around you as they speak. "How?" No singing at this point. "How can I protect us from our own history? I spun through these tunnels myself. They are strange, alien to us. Though it is possible we built them long ago, I nearly lost myself in them. That's why we decided to wait for Abadar Corp's help. For your help. The Apollo Protection Agency." And they go on to explain that the preliminary exploration that they were a part of about a week ago revealed this labyrinthine network of chambers and walkways deep underground. None of the Bantrids agree on what the structure beneath the tower is, though there are several theories. Uso urges you all to enter into the area, though they apologetically explain that they can't offer more advice or any help in exploring the moon's mysterious catacombs as they've never been in them before. In a final word of caution to all of you, Uso states that they trust you guys as Abadar Corp's emissaries to keep the Bantrid's best interest at heart during their investigation, and they hope their trust isn't misplaced. And then they open the door for you.
Okie dokie.
Let's go.
All right, so puzzle dungeon.
Puzzle dungeon.
Puzzle dungeon. Okay. In a manner of speaking, maybe. I do have a handout for you that I'll give you in just a second. Give me just a second.
Think about it.
I will tell you that as you've gotten further down underground, and even just like stepping through the threshold into this door, the heat is intense. Like, so much so that you will have to activate your environmental protection suits because you are in extreme heat. Okay?
Damn.
This is like radiating from this
It's probably the energy source of whatever is running this
I was
ship.
Yeah, I was gonna
you know?
say, do we have any like radiation detectors built in? Anybody got any of that?
Pretty sure I can
jazz?
detect radiation.
Just take your suit off and wait a little
No,
while. You'll be able to
no,
tell.
I don't.
Yeah, do that.
Ain't gonna do it. Ain't gonna do it.
No, I don't have detect radiation. I have detect affliction.
You know, you guys are high enough level. I would say that you're not getting any clicks on the Geiger
Okay, thanks.
count reader that's built into your high level armor.
Yeah.
At least not now. You know.
Heard.
So as you walk in, you see that the ceilings and the doors and the walls are all constructed of starship-grade nanocarbon, which probably confirms all of your suspicions that this is indeed the Worldseed.
Yep.
However, as you go down this corridor, it branches in a million different ways, and you have no context of what goes where or anything, which is why nobody's explored it yet, because it's just a maze of endless corridors and like chambers that contain hundreds and hundreds of long-term stasis pods. They are all empty and showing no signs of being used for the most part. To navigate, you guys are going to have to tell me how you want to try to navigate through this part of the structure. What types of, what would you do as a party as you're presented with this maze? And here is indeed the handout.
Oh, okay. Oh.
I'm getting
Like we
very
should just
strong.
go straight.
What was that area called? Was it the library? I think in Halo 1, with all the flood coming out of the walls.
Definitely that.
So, is there any discernible Civ writing anywhere or any kind of...
No, it's all just endless corridors and endless stasis units, and it's a maze,
I mean, Orin operates on intuition, I think, and I think he would just like feel it out. Maybe roll some survival checks or something.
Yeah,
perhaps?
you can roll me a survival check.
Can anyone assist on that?
Yeah, we can do it. We'll do an aid.
Auto aid.
Okay, just one.
Oh, I'll
auto aid. Yeah.
I assume that's all he'll give is 2.
2. Okay, so I rolled a natural 16. Got a plus 17. That's going to put me at 33. Plus 6, 39. For plus 2. Excuse
Plus
me.
4.
Yeah, it'd be plus 4 because
You have two aided.
Oh, okay.
So what does that take you? 37?
37.
Yes. Okay. So you will use your survival skills to track down the source of the heat. That's what you're using as your guide here
Okay.
to kind of, as you walk and take turns and
Hotter,
everything.
colder.
Right, exactly. You're literally playing
Warmer.
one of the most
colder.
seriously heavy-staked games of hot cold ever to have been played. However, that's one of a few checks that you're going to have to make. So that's one success. So you can keep moving if you want, but I will need a couple other checks. Now you can push on with survival, or others can think of other ways to do it. I'm open to whatever you guys want to do here.
Kuiper, what is your, I guess, I don't know, would that be physical science or...
So physical science is predominantly, geography, but
It's more like planetary
Gotcha.
features.
right,
stuff.
exactly. I'm looking specifically, just a real quick, astronomy, chemistry, climatology, geography, geology, hyperspace, meteorology, oceanography, physics, and natural science, just in general. So...
What about engineering? Like
Either-
sensing any kind of maybe pattern
That's what
in
I was
the architecture or something like that?
I mean, you have a pretty expert ship technician among your group.
Hello.
Yep. And so, if you want to, once Orin has picked up the heat, right, and you start getting closer, you can try to maybe track the energy signature of what might be pushing this off. So you can give me an engineering check too, which I will allow 2 people to auto aid. So go ahead and take your +4.
There you go.
Hey, Terry, you able to pick any of this up? Yeah, let me see what that roll is.
I'm really scared. I'm not gonna lie, but I am glad that I'm hiding out in the back of your neck, and that I'm just like a part of your imagination.
Well, I rolled a 13, making it a 45 after both of the aids.
Yeah, I can pick some of this up, actually.
You know what? In fact,
I might be scared, but I'm not stupid. Keep going that way, take a left here, take the next 2 rights, and then take another left, and you're going to go another 100 yards, and then that's as much as I can figure out with that one check.
So that was go that way, take a left, take 2 rights, then go 100 yards, and that's about it.
Oh, no, there's another left that
Another
you
left
missed
at
there.
the end. Okay.
Yeah, right.
Right?
No, left. Correct.
Okay, we're going.
Who's on first?
oh, well, you beat me to it. I was like fucking Abbott and Costello over here.
So Fell relays that to the group with that kind of back and forth of Terry and corrections, and I guess we still make it through.
Yeah, so that is a second success. At this point, as you've now gotten closer, you can see that some of the Civ architecture is becoming more defined, and that you could maybe roll a culture check to see if you can suss out some architectural design that might point you in the right direction.
I would love to do that.
There you go.
Cool.
Can anybody aid me?
Yeah, I can definitely aid. Auto
2
aid.
aids. Yep.
I can auto aid as well.
Nice.
Nice.
Okay. Oh, what a terrible roll.
Oh, no.
All right, so that's 37 plus 4. Is that correct?
Oh my God! Just shut up. All right. Yeah. So you're good. You're good. You got the 3 of you together. I will say you did need the aid.
Okay.
Too.
See? It was a 5 on the die. It was a bad roll.
Right. But the 3 of you together, kind of looking, taking in everything that you've seen about civs and understanding how maybe they use this tracking light here and they use this kind of archway here, figure out that you can move on. Now, that's 3 successful checks. And you arrive at before you arrive at this, you go into this chamber. And you see a series of stasis coffers. And you see an aperture door on the other side of this room. What do you want to do?
So we see a bunch of the pods, like the stasis pods. And then there is a door on the other side, a sphincter.
A sphincter
Is there anything in the pods?
Yeah, that's what
No, there's these though. Unlike many of the other pods, have some like cracks in the glass.
Can we
Perception check on that?
Can we
Sure.
see inside? Is there some kind of liquid or something? Or
Well, let's roll a perception.
I rolled a natural 20 for a filthy 50.
Holy
Wow. Way to go.
wow!
Way to go. Nice.
Okay. There is nothing in the chambers themselves. However, as you're straining, you see just, it's like barely perceptible, but there's like a shimmering like fog that is all throughout this entire.
like a fog, or is it like a heat haze? Like a.
So could be either one, but
Okay.
there's an atmosphere in here that is different from the rest of where you've been.
When you say, you mean like breathable atmosphere?
We've got
I
our
did not say
environmental
that.
protections on.
Okay.
We've got our environmental protections
I did.
on.
It's just a different vibe.
It's just, yeah.
There'd
Get a bad vibe, guys. The
different gases.
the
going on
energy's
in here.
all off in here. Let me get my
I
crystals
was just
out.
going to say, did you
All
bring
right,
your
girl.
crystals?
Got to burn some sage in this bitch.
I will say that you're getting a weird vibe, Oren, from
Okay.
like.
I think he would at that point he would draw Sedona sort of just as just an instinct.
Question.
No time to
does
sketch.
Does this feel similar to the demon situation that we...
No.
Okay.
No, it doesn't. But
What about the quantum jellyfish things?
no, what I will say is that the haze that is barely perceptible in here does feel magical. You know.
Detect magic then?
Well, I'm
You detect it.
Yeah, I'm just assuming that you're proccing that at all times, right? So that's what I'm telling you, because you hit the perception to see that. Furthermore, you can detect that it is magic.
Can we do a mysticism check? Can I aid if we can?
Well, what do you?
Just he feels a vibe. Like, can he check the haze or?
For what?
I don't know.
Zach,
vibe
what do
check.
you want to do?
I'm reading Detect Magic. Hang on. Mm-hmm. You detect all magic spells, effects, items, and objects, as well as hybrid items in the area. You cannot detect magical traps this way, as they are created with additional magic that wards them from this common spell. Mm-hmm. Each round that you concentrate, though, you can determine one magic source. You can determine if one magic source you detect from a spell, magic item, or other effect.
Mm-hmm. So it's not from a spell or an item.
Spell.
Or an item.
What kind of other effect?
It's just other. It's the haze itself is magical.
Okay. So it's like leaking magic coming from these tanks?
That's a pretty good assertion. You know, I think that your perception check combined with your detect magic could put that together.
Is there an obvious like hatch like to open these things? Like, is it super seamless?
They are cracked and like have holes in them already.
Looks like something's come out, maybe. Like, are the holes big enough to like?
No.
Like I said, it's some leaking magical energy, and this is some Civ shit too. So like, it's probably fucked up. Whatever it is, man, some quantum magic or something.
It's not good.
But I don't know what to do about it. That's the thing. Like, I don't know if you've given us the information that we need to make a decision about how to act on that.
I totally have.
So,
it's
like,
a magical effect.
Ziva's like up in front of one of these pods, like looking. Can you?
Oh, you
see?
are?
I mean, yeah. Like I assumed we kind of all were, but like, can you see in the pod?
Oh, let's see. You fucked up. I need you to roll a reflex save and then a will save.
Reflex is a 24.
Okay, that meets beats.
Will is a natural 1 for a 14.
Okay, so there are two things that are going to happen to you as you walk up to one of these tanks. First, you're going to take some cold damage from the haze itself. So you are going to take half of 14d12. No big deal.
I'm sorry.
What?
Was that what now? That's so many goddamn dice.
That was a lot of D12s. Holy crap.
So you're going to take 40 points of cold damage. That was the halved amount.
I'm going to take... What's 15 minus 40?
25.
I'm going to take that many.
All right, so
40 minus 15 is 25.
15 minus 4 is negative 25.
Yeah. All right. So yeah, that's 25 points of cold damage to you, and then because you failed the will save, you feel your brain. You feel like your memory bank being probed by this mist, and this mist starts to wash over your brain and seems to like obfuscate. Am I saying that right? Probably not.
Obfuscate.
Yep, that's it. Your memories, cloud them, make them unable for you to retain, and you... Oh, man. A memory is deleted out of your brain. You forget a fact about, and let me roll a D6 to determine
God,
this.
we're just like first time.
Yeah, exactly.
Bonus time. You forget that you're running for office.
Okay. You forget a fact about Oren.
Aaron?
I was like,
Well,
your
that's
daughter?
fine.
You forget the memory that you guys had on Acton where he showed you how to heal. And this imparts a -5 penalty to sense motive checks indefinitely. And we'll see you.
Fuck you!
Wow.
Are you serious?
I am.
Rude. Wow.